Yo, 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 it's just boxing back again. I just want to talk about something that was near and dear to my heart. I've been following this case for a long time, and it's the Botham John case. The young man that was murdered in his apartment by Amber Guyger, a police officer. Just came out. I think about an hour and something. About an hour ago. Um, that Amber Guyger has been convicted of murder for killing Botham John, and it's I was kind of worried that she was gonna get that she was going to get away with it, but I just want to just talk about the story, just read this article about the story a little bit. But Amber Guyger has been convicted of murder. A Dallas County jury on Tuesday which is today, convicted fired police officer Amber Guyger of murder for fatally shooting Botham John in his apartment last year. That it said there were cheers that broke out in the hallway outside the courtroom after the verdict was announced shortly after. At 10:30 a.m. But testimony in the punishment phase of Guyger's trial will proceed this afternoon, with another round of jury deliberation to come after that. In Texas, murder carries a sentence of 5 to 99 years of life in prison. The charge is not eligible for probation, but Guyger, 31, fatally shot 26-year-old Botham John in his apartment last year. She said she mistook his apartment for her own and thought John was a burglar. She is the first Dallas officer convicted of murder since the 1970s. Wow. So you trying to tell me from 70 to 2019 no Dallas police officer has ever been convicted of any type of murder? See, man, this is America. But juries began deliberating Monday after the prosecution and Guyger's defense presented closing arguments. They delivered their verdict after about 5 hours of deliberation. John's mother, Allison John, leaned her head back as State District Judge Tammy Kemp read the verdict. Her daughter, Alisa Finley, slumped in her seat, put her face in her hands, and wept. Allison John's face crumbled as she put both hands in the air as she walked out of the courtroom. She said, "God is so good." She said, "Trust him." Lee Merritt, an attorney representing the Johns, said the family would testify during the punishment phase of the trial. Immediately after the verdict was read, a woman in a red dress in the gallery cheered and clapped her hands. A bailiff immediately yelled no when she was quiet. John's grandmother raised her right fist in the air as she left the courtroom. After hearing the verdict, Guyger stood still until the jury left. Then she sank down in her chair. More than 24 bailiffs lined the courtroom in the hallway outside. Patches on some of their uniforms indicated they were with the tactical unit, though they had no extra gear. At one point, one bailiff asked another whether they had enough people to keep order. No, another one responded. The crowd in the hallway after the verdict was boisterous but not unruly. When prosecutors walked out, people gave them a round of raucous applause and cheers. In the hallway, Guyger's mother was shaking. Guyger left the courtroom about 15 minutes after the verdict. She'll be back when the sentencing phase of her trial begins about 1 p.m. So that should be happening in less than 40 minutes, my time. After the verdict, Ben Crump, an attorney for John's family, said 26-year-old John was near perfect. This jury had to make history in America today because Botham was the best that we had to offer, Crump said. 26-year-old college-educated black man, certified public accountant, working for one of the big three accounting firms in the world, PricewaterhouseCoopers. But it shouldn't take all of that for unarmed black and brown people in America to get justice, Crump said. Crump said the verdict wasn't for John and his family. The verdict is for Trayvon Martin, he said. It's for Michael Brown. It's for Sandra Bland. It's for Tamir Rice. It's for Eric Garner. It's for Antoine Rose. It's for Jamel Roberson. It's for E.J. Bradford. It's for Stephen Clark. It's for Jeffrey Dennis. It's for Dials. It's for Pamela Turner. O'Shea Terry ejected Merritt, who also represents the Johns. For so many black and brown unarmed human beings across America, Crump continued holding Allison John hand in the air. The verdict today is for them. Everybody can raise their hands. The verdict is for them. The verdict is for them. You know, and you know, it's you know, I feel bad that the situation, you know, even happened. You know, as a black man, you know, is I don't fear death, but I fear something might happen to my son. You know, just because he's a young black man. You know, but you know, I have to keep strong and stay strong for him, stay strong for my family. But this is, just like they said, this is a win for this is a win for all of us. Just not for their family, but this is a win for for all black and brown people. As they clarify us, black and brown people are AKA African American. You just hear what I'm saying? But we live in America. We are Americans. See what I'm saying? They have to put us in groups, because they don't see us as being an American. That's why they want to put labels on us: an African American, black, brown, minorities. So this victory is for the families of everyone who has lost someone to gun violence. So it's just boxing, and I'm out. Peace.